So in closing, I'm going to bring up John Landis, and John is one of our board members, and he'll wrap up.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Jonathan. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for coming. It is a privilege to stand before you representing our board and our senior management and this vital and very generous organization. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the evening, on this beautiful spring evening, to be here tonight. And I want to take a few minutes to talk a little bit about where the company is and where we're going. And I understand if you need to get up and go have another pineapple drink thing, please, by all means. Let me ask you to join me in thanking Marilyn Whelan and the Women's Auxiliary Board for just an incredible night. And again, let's hear it for our GLASA athletes who are here with us this evening. And don't forget, behind all of our athletes are their families. So let's hear it for the families of all of our athletes. It's such an honor to follow Jonathan this evening, a young man of this caliber. He is a tremendous athlete. He is an even better person. And he is a tremendous example of what GLASA is all about. And I have a very quick story about Jonathan. I don't know if you'll even remember this. He mentioned the butterfly, and it just brings one thing to mind. A couple of years ago, Coach Carolyn Grievers and Coach Anya Grievers and Scout Aquatics had a big swim meet over at the high school, Lake Forest High School. And it was towards the end of the season. Scout Aquatics was wrapping up its season, and GLASA and Scouts have been great partners. And the GLASA swim team was there. Coach Carey, a number of the swimmers, including Jonathan. And it was an important meet because the swimmers were trying to get qualifying times for the regional and state meets. And I have to tell you, the Scout swimmers were not particularly focused. Many of our senior swimmers, Katie Hausner, Claire Wieland, the Demet girls, Maya Brereton, were not quite where they needed to be mentally. And early on in the meet, Jonathan swam, I believe it was the 50 butterfly, and set a national qualifying time. A national qualifying time in our pool here in Lake Forest. It was quite extraordinary. And the tone of the meet changed immediately, and I think Coach was pleased about that. And I will tell you, this is a true story. The next fall, we had another meet, and the GLASA team was invited, and one of our senior swimmers said to me, "Will Jonathan be here?" And I said, I don't think he's coming. I think he's training for the Paralympics. I think he's gone to Colorado Springs. And this young woman looked at me and she said, "Oh, he is amazing, but God, he's intense." And he is intense, and he's a great example of what GLASA is all about. It's the spirit of the open playing field, the notion that anybody can get on the field, the notion that anybody can get in the pool, the notion that anybody can get on the track, or Mr. Bernardi, anybody can get on the bocce ball court.
You're right, anybody.
And it's the chance to be on the team, to have a coach, to get the gear and the uniform, to lose and to win, to be exhausted and have that rush of adrenaline. It's the opportunity to be in the game. And I will tell you, I just said this before, I'm a new board member. I think I'm still pretty objective. This organization is critical, and it's vital, and it's deserving of all of your support. And I ask you to think about that this evening and when you leave tonight. Cindy Hausen and her staff lead our way. They are humble and modest, sometimes way too humble and modest, in my opinion. And that's probably why I'm up here tonight talking, is because nobody else wants to get up here and chit-chat like this. These folks have tremendous energy and commitment. They spend thousands of hours helping people, many of whom they don't even meet. They are great stewards of the organization, and they're loving and caring people. Please join me in thanking Cindy Hausner, our board, and the staff. I also get the honor this evening of thanking our volunteers, our sponsors, Helping from Heaven and Fifth Third Bank, Mike Krasovsky, who did the amazing Caribbean decorations, Rob Wheeland, who was here doing logistics today, and I understand Rob was setting up the bar. Rob usually at the Scout swim meet sets up the timing equipment. So Rob, maybe this is a new skill you could bring to our swim meets. If you could bring some of the pineapple drinks to the swim meets too, that would be helpful. How about the band, the Paratroopers? We want to thank Kloss Distributors and Flip Flop Wines for the refreshments. I presume that includes the pineapple drinks. George Jewell Events, the Old Elm Club, Gail Gant, and Z Baking for our meal. Kenny and the staff of the Lake Bluff Golf Course. Mrs. Wheeland, have I missed anyone? And Mr. Bernardi, of course. GLASA had another phenomenal year, and we could spend the evening talking about it, but here's a few highlights. On the business side, I'm happy to report that we closed our fiscal year and the company's in the black, and we have a very conservative and realistic budget for the coming year. Two exciting developments I want to share with you. First of all, the United States Paralympic Committee invited GLASA to work with Deloitte, the big accounting firm, on our strategic planning. This was quite an honor for the company, and we're in the midst of finalizing strategic plans and moving forward with those, one of which I'll talk about in a second. And we also have a truly remarkable, staggering, I'm not sure where you go with this, new relationship with Citibank. Amanda McGrory, if I said her name right, Amanda McGrory, who's a Paralympic athlete, selected GLASA to be her partner in Citibank's Every Step of the Way program. Apparently there's a commercial on national television, or a commercial on that television, right now with Amanda and Citibank and GLASA. Think about that. This business, this company, was founded in Mrs. Hauser's basement or her garage. And now we're on national television with Citibank and Amanda McGrory. That's truly remarkable. So I also get the privilege tonight of bragging about the athletes. So hang on to your hats for this. All right, in the last year, we hosted the Great Lakes Regional Games. We had 200 athletes, more than any other regional games in the country. Our power soccer team won the 2011 National Championship. The Wave basketball team took 10th place at the national tournament. We partnered with Lake Forest College on this sled hockey event back in February, and we had a guy from the Miracle on Ice team attend. Think about that one. There's only 24 of these guys, and one of them showed up to our ice hockey event, Jack O'Callaghan. The sled hockey team took second place at the national. The sled hockey team took second place? What happened to those guys? Took second place. Somebody speak to the sled hockey team. The JV wheelchair basketball team won the GLASA tournament. And the Drive to Try team is taking 8 players to the first para-triathlon national competition in Austin, Texas. And that includes 5 of our injured veterans. Okay, now listen to these two. Melanie Watson, who's here with us tonight. Where's Melanie? Right here in the back. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the Wisconsin High School state champion in the 100 meters, 800 meters, and 1600 meters. Is that right, Melanie? Melanie is defending her titles in June, right? Good luck, Melanie. Another one of our athletes, Trey Roy, is a state Wisconsin champion in the 100 meters, 800 meters, 1600 meters, and the shot put. And good luck to Trey in the national championship. We also have very smart athletes. 5 of our athletes, the most of any organization in the country, were nominated to be on the All-American Paralympic Track and Field High School team. And this one just blows me away. The fact that we are in the presence of such talent. Melanie, Trey, Alyssa Gialamas, and Tiffany Melchior will be, I believe, in the next couple months, attempting to qualify for the 2012 Paralympic Games in London. Please join me in wishing them good luck. let's just forget the competition part of this for a second. Forget the wins and losses and the championships. The true measure of this organization is the chance that it gives to anyone of any ability, from any place, of any color, any religion, any background. For every Jonathan we have a new athlete who's coming to their first practice, to their first workout. Think of the nerves involved with that. Think of the excitement, and think of that person's future in our organization. This year, I think Cindy mentioned, we had over 500 athletes on our team in over 30 programs, and that includes over 150 injured veterans. One of the things that the organization did this year that's new in terms of outreach is we increased the number of visits we made, the number of introductions we made at low-income and socially diverse neighborhoods. And it's the intention of the company, I can tell you it's the intention of the board to continue this momentum. The company, the best way I can describe it is really hit something of a critical mass, and a couple observations about the future, if you'd indulge me. The company's really ready to take the next step. It's really ready for additional investment, and we're ready for growth. The strategic plan we've been working on with Deloitte calls for growth in every area. We want to expand the number of people we would serve. We want to grow our outreach so that we can find people who might not find us. We want to deepen our ties to partners in the community like Scouts. We want to increase our grants and find new relationships with foundations. And one thing I want to emphasize is we want to establish and really develop a strong and lasting corporate giving program, working with companies here in the area and across the Midwest. This is going to be a focus of the company. And really, what we want to do initially is grow our annual contributions from private individuals, organizations, so that we can fulfill the mission of the company and the vision that Mrs. Hausner had so many years ago. And we intend to be very ambitious, and we intend to start with all of you here tonight. Mr. Bernardi will see to that in just a moment, I'm sure. You're our closest friends, you're our greatest supporters, and to those of you who have supported the organization in the past with your time and money, thank you so much. Thank you so very much. And to all of you I say, please, first and foremost, think of GLASA and spread the good word about GLASA. Join us for our events and our competitions, such as the Great Lake Games next month. Give some thought to volunteering. And of course, here it comes, think of GLASA when you're making your decisions about financial support. Think of GLASA in connection with your business's financial giving. You know, if you have a connection, a friend, a business, somebody you think might be a good fit for us, and I got to tell you, there's a lot of them out there, let us know. Or please just pick up the phone and make the call yourself. Help us identify opportunities. We are a safe investment. Every single penny is used wisely and effectively. We value support. We look for your support in the future. It can start this evening. Mr. Bernardi will see to that. So again, help us build the GLASA team. Thank you one and all for coming. Help us keep everybody on the field. Help us keep them in the pool. I look forward to seeing everybody soon at a GLASA event. Thanks very much, everyone.